What's up guys, it's that Blue Bath here and welcome back to, well, it doesn't look it right now, but another car review. And that's right guys, you might as well call me Matt Watson at this point because we're banging out these car reviews like crazy. But keep them coming because I absolutely love doing them and it's something different for the channel, you know. We've started this new section on the channel with car reviews and I've been absolutely loving it and the cars have been crazy and today is no different. Now, I'm currently waiting for my friend to drive his car to this location and we're not actually at Beechwood today, we are actually at a very different location indeed, that being, well, Morrison's car park. A little bit random, but hey, it's quiet and it's all right, it'll do. So yeah, we're just waiting for my friend to arrive in his very nice car indeed, and I'm going to say it's going to be quite a speciale review indeed. Hey, what can I say guys, I'm here all week. Bad puns aside, well, just going to wait a couple minutes and then we'll get straight into it, so I'll see you guys in a second. Alright everyone, and here it is, the lovely, the beautiful Alfa Romeo MiTo Speciale. And that's right guys, this is a very rare car for sure, and a lot of you might not think that, but believe me, this really is something to behold. Now, I did say in the intro we was at Morrison's car park doing this review, but kind of a, well, actually change of plans because it was just an absolute mess. I actually did get the video recorded, but it was just an absolute nightmare. Cars coming back and forth, almost running me over. So we've come out here to the beautiful Beechwood farm, like always, to, well, get this review done. And doesn't it look stunning in this position? I mean, I just had to get my friend to park it like this because you've got to see the absolute just amazing shape of this car. I mean, usually we park them like back down there to like just get an overall review of them, but we had to get this car like this. I mean, as we speak, I can currently see him taking pictures right now of it. I mean, I don't blame him. It looks really nice like this, especially with this background and all that. But anyway, beauty shots aside, let's actually get started with the front of the car like we usually do. And well, what else can I say? But this car looks fantastic. Now, the Speciale is a really, really rare spec of the MiTo. And, well, it's actually quite hard to find. I mean, I'm not a big Alfa Romeo guy. Of course, I am a Bath man. But I do have a little bit of knowledge on Alfa Romeos because, well, as you may or may not know, Alfa Romeo is in the Stellantis group, which is where Abarth and Fiat and even Ferrari are partnered with Alfa Romeo in. So there is some bits and bobs here and there that are actually shared between the cars, which isn't a bad thing. It's actually really good because the infotainment system is actually the same on this car, but we'll get to that in the relevant section. So let's get started with the front bumper, which of course looks great. We've got that iconic, lovely Alfa Romeo triangle grille, which up close looks really, really great, especially with that dark grey V of the outline going across it. Just looks really, really nice. And of course, we cannot do this review without mentioning the awesome looking plate on this car. Now, this is a 68 plate as well, and it's got full of so much tech on it, which we'll get to again in the right sections. But of course, it is just awesome that the plate is positioned on the side of the car instead of the middle. Because, I mean, hey, you want to see that fantastic looking grille there. So it makes sense to put it in a place where you can actually see it. I mean, if we, like, speculate here, if the plate was in the middle, you wouldn't be able to see any of the grille at all. And, I mean, that's probably the best part of the front bumper here. This grille really makes this car iconic. And it really makes it different and stand out from the rest of the, well, its competitors. I mean, obviously, the Abarth has a very angry grille, and this has a very subtle and luxury and sporty grille, which I really, really like. So moving on to the bottom of the front bumper here, we have a lovely mesh grille there, which goes underneath the triangle grille with this awesome looking splitter. Now, I really like the triangle pointy bits out here. There's a lot of triangles on this car, which you'll come to find, but I mean, the line and the shape of it is really aggressive and looks fantastic. And get this, so we've got the headlights here, but can you guys see that? We have a lovely Alfa Romeo logo just there, but apart from that, carbon fiber everywhere on the inside of the headlight. And let me tell you, how many cars do you know have carbon fiber on the headlights? That's just crazy. I mean, that is super immense, but I love it. It's super good and a really nice touch. Now, I think this is only available to the Speciale, but if not, then go for a MiTo, because that is fantastic. So coming away from the front bumper here to the bonnet, now there isn't much going on the bonnet apart from this lovely shape that goes all the way to the front bumper and all the way around again. We've got to mention the paint. Now this paint is super special. It is sort of like podium blue in a way, where it's super exclusive to find. And it's even harder to find this paint than it is to find podium blue on Abarths. Now, why is this? I'm not too sure really. But to be honest, if you guys have this colour, then well done. You've searched and searched for it, and it's paid off. I mean, look at how lovely this paint is. Now, I'll go over the simple kind of bits of it. It is like a matte type of finish, which feels and looks fantastic, but of course with it being grey as well, it sort of shines in very various different ways. Like, I'm looking at it now, and I think you can kind of see it on camera. It's sort of like a lighter grey here, but down the side of the car it goes to a darker grey, and that's sort of a really nice touch really. It's like not fully matte, but it's like a gloss matte, which doesn't really make sense when you put those two together because they're two different paint gradients. But either way, I just really like how it looks. It's really, really nice, and it does really, really well. It's such a fantastic paint. So moving on to the side profile of the car here, and well, just like the front, it is fantastic. I mean, one thing for sure, Alfa Romeos know how to make a fantastic car with tons of shape. I mean, they've been in the business for decades now, and each and every car of theirs always looks great and stylish, and I'm not surprised that these are just as popular as Abarths in Italy, Monaco, and all those types of places, because they just look so nice. And well, with especially this spec on the car, it's just a no-brainer to go for something like this. I mean, the Abarth is more of a track car, race car, sporty car, that type of thing, and the Alfa Romeo MiTo is more of a luxury cruiser with tons of lovely shape, styling, and well, tech in it, because well, that is one of the main things we've got to talk about in today's video, the amount of tech on this car. But we'll get to that when we, well, get to it. So moving back onto the side profile, it's got a lovely amount of shape here, everything from the back bumper moving all the way down and well to the front of the car as well. There's just lines and shapes and angles. It is super, super nice. So we'll kind of focus on the wheels here, because these wheels are, well, I don't really see them very often, and well, I see them quite a lot on pictures, but never in the flesh. And I've got to say, these look really, really nice, especially with the red sporty caliper as well. They look really great. Now, I believe these are maybe 16s. I don't know, I want to say 16s. They could be 17s, but I'm pretty sure they are 16. And let's look at the tyres here. 215, 45, 17. So I was wrong. They are 17-inch alloys, and they look really, really good. I love the little shape that goes into it, the semicircles around the wheel. It just looks super, super nice. Now, if you want to know, well, here we are, a fun fact. You can actually fit these specific wheels on the Abarth. So if I wanted to, and well, if I really desired, I could take these wheels right now and put them on my car, which, well, I guess that wouldn't really be that good of a trade-off, because then the car would sit here with no wheels on it, but hey, it would fit the car. But so yeah, if you want to put Alfa Romeo wheels on an Abarth, then yeah, it works. Go for it. So moving on to the rest of the side of the car here, we have some lovely shapes, not only in the bodywork itself, but in the windows too. I mean, take a look at this sleek, swooping line into the window here. It really reminds me of a C-Class. And, well, funny thing to say, actually, a lot of this car reminds me of a Mercedes, and especially in the tech sort of side of things, it really resembles a high-spec A-Class, and even in some parts a C-Class, which is crazy to say, but it's just how it is. But yeah, we've got a very nice C-Class line there, and if we go to the rear of the car here, you could actually see how wide this car actually is. It's got some very nice, brave and very strong looking arches there. They really poke out and make this car look super, super nice in terms of the styling. And well, the whole side profile from like here looks really, really good. It's such a rounded off car, which just makes it look really great. So I guess side profile done. Let's move on to the rear of the car, which is where a lot of the shape is definitely showing. So we'll start with the top with this lovely little spoiler here. Now, I do believe that the spoiler may come with the higher specs only, because I do see a lot of MiTos without a spoiler or a roof wing. So, I mean, you could probably attach one yourself, but I mean, I guess it's kind of just worth it to go with the higher spec anyway, especially if it's a speciale, because it looks super, super nice. But yeah, I'd really like the addition of this here, especially when with the matte paint on it, it looks really, really good. And well, coming to the rest of the rear here, we just have so many nice little features to go over. So I guess we'll go with the rear lights here, which look fantastic. Obviously, we've got the rounded off style with the rounded off body too, so it all works together really nicely. And quite a unique little thing here. So we've got the matte paint here, but this little outline or the cover for the headlight, or the rear light I should say, is actually a different paint gradient, and it's actually a different variant of grey. So it's more like a lighter grey, I want to say. I mean, looking at it here, it looks more like a I don't really know. It's definitely grey, but I'm not sure what name to call it. But it's definitely a different paint to the rest of the car, which is really, really cool that they did that. It's nice to know that they differentiated on some of the paints on some of the sections of this car. Really, really brings it to life. So, we're actually going to get most of the shape in here because, well, when we was parked at Morrison's, it was impossible to actually see any of the rear of the car because, well, cars are just going by and so many things are obstructing it. So it's nice to actually see the car on camera now. But moving to the rear window here, again, tons of shape. I think that might have to be today's title, guys. Alfa Romeo Speciale review. Is this the most rounded off shaped car ever? Because I mean, there's just so much going on with this car. There's not a flat spot on the bodywork. And I mean, we've got this lovely rear window here that shapes off into the back, and it goes inwards as well to reveal this lovely bodywork across the rear. And of course, we've got the nice chrome MiTo badge there. I actually like it in chrome, really complements the paint. And well, moving on to the bottom half of the car, we've got this very nice diffuser. 3 little fins there, along with that beautiful looking chrome single exit exhaust. And we will get a sound test in a bit, and you'll be surprised how good this sounds. I mean, this is a 1-litre turbo with 135 brake, but don't let that fool you. It sounds great and it goes like stink. Honestly, it is mega fast for 135 brake. I mean, that is series 3 135 power levels there. So, I mean, you know, if you want to get into an Abarth or a car with Abarth power but don't want to spend too much money, then go with a MiTo. Honestly, it's a great choice. Now, I also have got to do that blue Abarth fuel check because, well, you'll actually find that it's got an Abarth fuel cap. Now, obviously, it's nothing much to look at, but it's just cool to know that there is some Fiat/Abarth parts on this car. And like I said, you will find that some of the sections of this car do actually have some Abarth relations to it. So that's pretty cool. And again, we've got this lovely, nice, rounded off fuel cap as well that goes into the arches. Lovely stuff. So that is pretty much the aesthetics of the car all covered. I guess it's time for the interior because, boy oh boy, that is going to shock you with how nice it is. So yeah, let's get into it. So before we actually get into the car, I just want to show you something. I mean, first of all, this lovely looking key. I mean, look how nice that is. I'm losing my words over how nice this key is. I mean, a lot of us Abarth owners will know that the Abarth key isn't the greatest in the world. It's nice, but it just kind of lacks that special feeling to it. Because, I mean, look at the thing. I mean, if you're paying, well, over 10 grand for a sports car, you would at least want the key to be nice. And, well, Alfa Romeo have delivered by making this key really, really special. I mean, we've got this lovely red like accent here with a lovely chrome like shape around it. Again, it's a triangle, and that's mainly because it's to represent the front grille. And well, if we walk around to the front here, I guess I can show you a bit better. Put it side by side. You can see that it is pretty much the front grille on the key. So that's really, really sick. But yeah, apart from the key itself, I just wanted to grab this here and show you something. So apart from the nice little beeps you get, there is something that happens when you open the door. And I really hope you guys were able to see that, because if you did see it, you're correct. The windows move upon opening and closing the car. I mean, how Mercedes is that? It's crazy how nice and how much spec there is on it. It's just amazing. I mean, it's so good that we get to continue the crazy and awesome car trend on this channel. Every car's been fantastic, and this one is no different. So, oh, I just can't get over seeing that, guys. It's so awesome to see it actually move. And I've also just noticed that the glass on the mirror here is actually like a light blue. I'm wondering why that is. I mean, if any of you guys actually know why that is, then yeah, please let me know in the comments below, because like I said, I'm always keen to learn about these cars. Unless it's an Abarth, then yeah, we're pretty much covered. But just taking a general overview here, look how awesome that looks. And well, I suppose we better get a bit of an in-depth detail into the interior. So I'll see you in a second. So before we get into the main interior, let's go over this door card, because hey, I like a good door card, and this one is definitely awesome for sure. So apart from the obvious mad amount of carbon fiber covering pretty much, well, 50% of the door here, we have very nice chrome inserts that lead to the door controls and the windows controls as well, with a lovely little chrome door handle here too, which I actually think is finished in the exterior paint, which is pretty cool. And I actually just found out why the mirror is light blue. The owner just told me that it's an anti-glare mirror, so if anyone is behind you with their lights on full beam or anything like that, it doesn't actually reflect into the cabin and blind you. So that's pretty sick. Really, really cool to know. I'm just going to put the keys down here. I don't want to scratch them or anything or drop them. That won't be very good now, would it? So yeah, we've got this very nice door card with tons of shaping and styling into it. They really, really love shapes, Alfa Romeo. It seems to be the case. There's so many lines and stuff on these cars. It's fantastic. Moving down, we've also got, well, as you can see, a Bose logo, and that is because this car comes equipped standard with Bose audio systems. And well, many of you guys know that, well, the Abarth does come with Alpine, and any of you guys that do own a 19 plate and above Abarth, you will also have Bose equipped in your car. And well, I can't say anything bad about Bose. They're a fantastic system and they sound really, really good. Obviously, you can adjust it and all that for the equalizer settings. And yeah, great company that make great sound for your car. But let's move on to the rest of it. So, of course, again, we've got this mad, crazy carbon fiber covering all of the dashboard here. Again, goes into the rest of the center console and right back up again, and covering the binnacle too. I mean, look how crazy that is, and the carbon fiber feels really nice as well. Now, I'm not sure if this is real carbon fiber. If it is, fantastic, and even if it isn't, it looks so great. I mean, they couldn't have picked a better material to put all over the interior. I mean, it's so nice and really gives that luxury sports car feel to it that everybody knows and loves. I mean, I would say it's equivalent to a Ferrari in here. I mean, obviously with Abarth, Alfa Romeo and Ferrari being in the same group together, I suppose they would take inspiration from each other to make the cars, well, kind of luxury and, well, supercar like. And this interior is definitely doing that job for sure. I mean, we've got these cool little vents here that open and close, like quite unique. That's pretty cool there. I could get addicted to that, so I'll probably stop for now. But yeah, moving on to the rest of the center console, we have this really nice Alfa Romeo logo here that spans across the center console, and a very familiar looking infotainment system. And that is because, well, it's the same Abarth screen that you would get, well, in my car. So this is a 4-inch screen with all of the regular Abarth bits and bobs on it, you know, with your media, your radio, settings and all that good stuff, and the exact same styling too, with the on logo and the little lines above it. It feels very familiar, that's for sure. But yeah, it's a great screen for sure. Always has been an absolute joy to use, and it's just really nice to have in a car like this. It's proper modern. But moving on to something that's also super nice, take a look at that instrument cluster. Now this is what I call a proper set of dials. I mean, we've got this lovely, awesome looking analog clocks with the red and the white little dials there. And of course, we've got a nice red little needle. Yeah, I want to call it a needle, and it looks really, really good, and just the whole of it looks fantastic. And we've also got a digital center clock there as well, which also looks really, really nice. It's a nice mix between digital and analog, but mainly analog because, hey, it's an Alfa Romeo. They are drivers' cars. And well, you'd want analog clocks, especially in a sports car like this. So it's really, really cool to have. And let me just, well, grab the keys here because I have to show you something that I think every petrol head has got to love. So let me just get the key out here and let me just put it in like so. There we go. Oh, yes. You gotta love seeing that. I absolutely love it when you turn on a car and then the little dials go whoop whoop. It's just fantastic. You gotta love it. If you're a petrol head, that's the best thing to see. Oh, radio coming on there like usual. I forgot that happens actually. And take a look, we've got some really nice little displays there. Really, really cool and pretty awesome. And the engine light isn't actually a problem. It happens on mine too. And for everyone that may think this car is just a typical Alfa Romeo, you know, reliability and all that rubbish, honestly, I would definitely say this car is fantastic reliability wise. I mean, is there such a thing as a bad new car? I mean, this is an 18 plate and it's definitely not old. I mean, look at it. It's definitely modern for sure. But there's just no issues with this car. I mean, it's a brand new car pretty much because 18 plate isn't old at all. I mean, you've got to admit, it's pretty much near brand new. And well, it's just stonking and there's definitely no issues with this car at all. So if you're worried about buying an Italian car, and if it's an Alfa Romeo that you want to go for, then hey, go for it because there's nothing stopping you from doing so. The car's reliable. I mean, you've seen what it looks like and how it is in here. So yeah, don't be, you know, put off by all the people that speak about these cars being bad because they're not. And let me turn the car off here because there's something really, really sick that you've got to see. So let me just, look at that. There's a little pixelated version of the car driving off. That is super, super cool. I had to get that on the video. I could not miss that. Really, really awesome. So, moving on to the rest of the center console here, we have this lovely gear shifter finished off in chrome with black and red stitching on the gear gaiter. It's got a little button here too. It's like it's wearing a little shirt or a little cape. Really, really cool. Got this lovely red stitching along with the black gear gaiter as well. Overall, really, really nice gear gaiter and gear stick setup. Or shifter setup, I should say. I don't know why I was like struggling to find that word. But yeah, so also we have got 6 gears in this car. And let me tell you, I would love a 6th gear in the above, especially on motorways, like I've said previously. It would be so, so handy to have a 6th gear. And it just gives you a bit more options as well when driving. So it'd definitely be nice to have that. It's great that this car does. And a lot of you may be thinking, what is this lovely little thing right here and what does it do? Well, this is a, Alfa Romeo calls it the DNA drive mode. And the owner has told me this numerous times. I'm going to get it right. Dynamic, neutral, and all weather. I think that is correct. I think I got it right. Let me just get confirmation here. That is right, isn't it?
Natural. Dynamic, natural.
Natural. Oh, damn it. Almost got it right. All right, so we'll go over that again. Just ignore that happened. Dynamic. Natural. There we go. I don't know why it's so difficult to remember. Dynamic, natural, all weather. There we go. Oh, mate. I was definitely struggling on there for sure, but I got it in the end. You can definitely tell I'm not, gelled up on Alfa Romeos. But yeah, so pretty much 3 different drive modes. And I believe this does have a sport mode as well. One of these is the sport mode. I believe it is the dynamic. That is the sport version. So that's pretty cool. And you can literally just, flick it into the different modes and it activates and deactivates different things to give the car a different feel. And let me tell you, when you do put this car in the different modes, it definitely sends the car into a whole new personality. I mean, dynamic sends it into a proper sporty mode and gives it a proper track car feeling to it. Definitely gets going, that's for sure. Natural just turns it into a more city / cruiser mode, and then all weather is, well, obviously, as you can probably guess from the name, allows it to drive in any weather without fault. So it's really, really cool to have that there and actually have it with the car, and it looks really, really cool too. Proper like Mercedes feel to it, really, really nice. Again, door card looks fantastic with all the carbon on it, and we've even got an armrest, so you can definitely tell that this car is a little bit bigger than the Abarth. I mean, if it has a little armrest there and a lot more engine space, you can definitely tell that it's slightly bit bigger than my car, but it's not massive, I'll tell you that much. This car is definitely similar in size to the Abarth, because I mean, hey, they're small hatchbacks at the end of the day, and they fill their purpose with getting around town without problem and fitting in little spaces, which this definitely does. So yeah, I think that is pretty much the interior covered, but we've got to show you the seats. So I'll just step out here and show you these absolutely beautiful little sports seats. Right, and here we are with these great, I was going to say lovely, but I tend to have an addiction to like saying the same word over and over in videos. I get like hooked onto one word and I keep saying it. But can you blame me? This car is lovely, but I've got to say these seats are fantastic. I mean, take a look at the stitching and the different materials. We've got this awesome like Alcantara in the middle of the seat that goes all the way down to the bottom of it as well, and then goes to the regular material like on the Abarth seats with this awesome red stitching that goes all the way around it as well, and the really, really cool Alfa Romeo logo that's also stitched into the seat as well. Show you the passenger one there so you can get a bit of a better overall sight of it. It just looks really, really good. And well, when I was doing the interior section there and sat in them, they were super comfy. They're definitely bigger than the Abarth seats, that's for sure. They definitely fit you a lot better, but they're not like massive sort of thing. They hold you well, and they're just super, super comfy. I mean, my friend's put around 400-ish miles on the car already, and he said it's just absolutely fantastic to be in it. I mean, it's got cruise control as well, which I forgot to mention, but yeah, it's just got so many driver assists to make the journey as comfortable as possible. And with these seats as well, it just makes it an absolute heavenly drive for sure. I mean, you could probably fall asleep in these seats for sure. I mean, probably not a good idea, but I mean, with the cruise control on, might not be that bad. This car also has a feature in cruise control where it brakes for you if it senses a car in front. And honestly, I mean, from the old days of the 156s all the way up to now, these Alfa Romeos have definitely packed in so much technology. We'll definitely have to do a separate video for all of the features and tech in this car, because I don't think we'll be able to fit it in today. But yeah, let me just get a quick final review of the rear seats here. Sort of a similar way to push the seats forward here. I think you just got to do a little bit more, and then yeah, there we go. Quite easy to push actually. Mine are quite heavy, which is weird, but I guess they are a bit of a heavier seat, but they're not too bad. But anyway, yeah, so lovely little floor mats there, and I said it again, lovely, but hey, can you blame me, like I said. And yeah, even the rear seats are just as nice as the front ones. Got that same pattern going on there, and it just looks really, really great for sure. And honestly, just sat in here, it's going to be super nice. I mean, you're surrounded by, I don't know if you can see that, even more carbon fiber, and oh, there you go, a bit easier to see there. Surrounded by carbon, leather, and lovely stitching. It's just a place to be, honestly. It's fan-dabby-doozy in this car. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it for the, well, first video of this car and the aesthetics and all that stuff. So yeah, I guess we'll get it all closed up here because I want to show that window again. I absolutely love that. So let me just push the seat forward here, and we've also got a very nice little pedals there, silver sporty pedals with the Alfa Romeo logo, and a nice little place to rest your foot too when you've got the cruise control on. Very nice indeed, and very nice floor mats too with the lovely, oh there we go, I said it again, but the very nice Italian flag in the floor mat there, and an absolutely beautiful Alfa Romeo kick plate. This car is just a work of art. So let me just put the seat back there, and oh, can't wait. Oh no, got to take the key, that would help. And let me just close it up here. I don't want to scratch the car or key the car. That wouldn't be very good now, would it? So let me just grab the handle there and close the door. Oh, that's just awesome. Oh, that is just so sick. I can't get over that. That's just so cool. Right, so I guess the sound check is in order, but we'll kind of combine the sound check with the outro, because I think that would be pretty cool. So I'll see you in a second. All right, everyone. So like I said, pretty much the end of today's video, and well, I guess what better ending than a sound check and a good little blast. So let's have some sound. Oh, I heard a little pop there. I heard a little pop. So guys, there it is. Wow! Honestly, for a 1 litre turbo, that sounds fantastic and really awesome too. So, that is it, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and today's car review. And hey, if you want more MiTo content, then please like, comment and subscribe. And well, as always, hit that bell. And oh, here we go again. A little bit more before we end off. Oh. Lovely. But yeah, I'll see you in the future, guys. Have a good one.